Hey everybody, it's Invicta. It's time for another Eat and Run here, the Binding of Isaac Victor Repentance series. Happy Thursday, Mosh Pit. We had another video cross 3,000 likes, now putting us only 6 away from the first Rebirth reaction video. The like streak's back on, baby. Thank you all very much for that, and thank you again for the kind words. I am still on the mend, but I'm getting there. So thank you again. I appreciate it, everybody. Here's your artwork of the day, submitted by Prince Percy. Title thread was, I drew this instead of paying attention to my Zoom class. And honestly, I gotta say, if this is what happens when you're not paying attention to like the art, I'd love to see what you can actually do when you're putting like your full attention on the art. Really awesome stuff. Thank you very much, Prince Percy, and everyone who upvoted that one. Top on in and get rocking and rolling. We're able to put some money in the donation machine. Hopefully we can continue to keep doing that. And we're starting with Curse the XL. Hooray. CJ is going to be Quebec, November, Whiskey 9, Echo, Tango, Tango, Sierra. We've got good tiers, good damage. Okay movement speed, I guess, and a good shot speed. We're also starting with a 120 volt and the unicorn horn, My Little Unicorn. So yeah, it's not too bad. The strength card is also going to give us the chance and option to take a devil deal with temporary HP. Of course, I need to stop myself from getting. I'm already being too aggressive with 120 volt. But man, it is so much fun to use. It's very, very powerful. It's a good amount of DPS. Do we want Bob's Rotten Head or My Little Unicorn? All right, well, I mean, My Little Unicorn, it does give us a period of invincibility, so that can be very, very useful. Although Bob's Rotten Head would give us a free bomb, so I don't know, it's hard to say. I think Bob's Rotten Head wins out in the long run, but for right now, for what we need from My Little Unicorn, it can work. We can usually get into a curse room for half price, that sort of thing too. And of course, we are starting on an Curse of the XL, which means that we will be losing a shop at a secret room and a super secret room and a special room and also another special spawn right off the bat. So, you know, we already kind of talked about our positions on XL floors earlier this week. I could take Crowheart because there's just no reason for it. It's not a very good trinket. Secret room I know is south of there, but we don't have any bombs. So, again, we could go back and go... Oh, actually, no, it's not there. I take it back. We could, in theory, go back and take Bob's Rotten Head and get a full charge before the boss, but I still think the My Little Unicorn is going to give us a better alternative to kill the boss easy. I mean, there's just so many things that you can do with invincibility in the game, especially when you're talking about early on when you're looking for a like an early temperance machine or a devil deal, or not devil deal, sorry, a demon judgment. All that stuff can easily be accessible when it normally wouldn't be. Take another soul heart here. We'll take ourselves a soul heart. And we get Ghost Pepper. Ghost Pepper's been showing up quite a lot lately, and I'm definitely down for it. But yeah, I appreciate all the kind words and messages. People have been sending me emails and messages on Discord and stuff. And you know, I've been fortunate that it hasn't been too bad, this sinus infection. And I do think that I pretty much turned the corner on it, so I'm not going to linger on it. But wow, okay, that was way too close for Larry Jr. there. Okay, so we do get Synthol, which is great. Kind of panicked, used My Little Unicorn, because I mean, it was Blue Larry, he was right there. Man, the combination of Ghost Pepper and 120 volt, good lordy, man, that is a lot of front-loaded damage. And again, we do have a strength card, so... Oh, we got another strength card. We can take Ghost Baby if we really wanted to. Of course, I don't want Ghost Baby with luck upgrade. With that, I still believe that Bob's Rotten Head is going to be better in the long term. In the short term, for what we needed it for, I think My Little Pony wins out, but not having any bombs, like, I mean, we could go buy that half-price bomb inside of the shop. I actually don't know where the secret room is. It's probably below the shop. But Bob's Rotten Head can be twofold, because it can also be used to deal damage, and it's a pretty good amount of damage, too, and the poison aura really helps out as well. So I think it behooves us to at least go and check out the rest of this level. Especially if we can get the secret room, which may be adjacent to here. Oh man, whenever the 120 volt just chains like that, it's just so good. A really strange floor. I'm really not sure where our secret room is. I still don't know, actually. Do that. We get a couple keys. Okay, so not too terrible there. We could go into the item room as well. Half price. I know it can't be north of here, so because of that rock right there. Let's go into the curse room. With a bomb, I think that I feel comfortable with this. Okay, it's gonna be black runes, so we can use that on the my little unicorn. And what this is going to do is give us a random stat up for an item that we already weren't going to do anything with. Oh, come on. Really, game? You're gonna do me like that? And we got a shot speed and luck upgrade. Hooray. Alright, so it wasn't really worth it, but I'm going to drop our only bomb here. Maybe we'll get some money out of this. Good. We got some... Maybe it paid for the bomb plus another. We got another key. We got plenty of keys now, actually. So, yeah, overall, I'd say it's not a terrible floor. It's not a great floor. But we do... I mean, based on our starting item here, along with Ghost Pepper, like, we're going to be fine for close quarter combat. I am concerned about our movement speed, though. And before going any further on this episode, we'll go check out last week's question of the episode, which, of course, was the Sharp Straw one, the boss killer episode. And I simply asked everybody, what is your take on Sharp Straw? And I was surprised at the amount of people who actually stated that they didn't actually use Sharp Straw a whole lot. And, you know, that was kind of surprising based on two things. One, because the item's awesome. And I just think that, like, more people need to... I thought that people knew, you know, it was one of those things that was like common knowledge for me. And secondly, I use Sharp Straw so often in my runs that, like, I was like, really? Like, you haven't caught on to the fact that Sharp Straw is, like, top tier? So that was a little bit surprising to me. But either way, the most upvoted comment came in from, I'm going to say, Vahank1117, who said, it ... sucks. It sucks. Because it's a straw. So they said, it sucks. Thank you, Vahank. I'll do the jokes around here. The second most upvoted comment came in from, I'm going to say Tuskact X, who simply just said run saver along with a skull emoji. Not quite sure what they're implying, but I mean, if it is like your only means of doing like primary source of damage, then yeah, sure. It is a run saver. And also don't forget that it can generate red hearts too, which is very good synergy with a lot of different things. But the third comment was along the lines of that, something that surprised me a little bit. This one came in from that one guy, Jimmy6888, who simply said, I never knew how good it was until now. It was really apparent when fighting bosses that you could just chunk down actually a crazy item. And yeah, man, like that, I mean, that's Sharp Straw in a nutshell right there. Like, it will dominate big time bosses easily. I mean, we could use Bob's Rotten Head there, but speaking of red heart generator, oh my goodness, wow, that was a lot of damage on Chad. Chad got freaking wrecked. No devil deal, of course, so thank you to the Curse of the XL. And we can go use our moon card now. Okay, we can get 7 cents. Not really enough to burn the house down, but Could buy a bomb and get into the secret room. Let's gamble. Let's see what this is. Okay. All right. We won't be doing that. Thank you. Yeah, Sharp Straw really surprises me that, you know, if you've watched me at any capacity, you know that, like, I will always take Sharp Straw over many different items that we see in the spacebar slot. Right here is the reason why we end up taking Bob's Rotten Head, is because obviously if we don't have any bombs, we wouldn't be able to get into secret rooms and yada yada yada. But here we're going to be able to get into the cursor room and the secret room. Not quite sure how that didn't hit the keeper, but here we are. Get the wafer, which of course is fantastic. It essentially doubles our HP, which is fantastic as well. Weird spot for the boss room, like very weird. You're seeing the only downside to the 120 volt is that we cannot control whenever it hits enemies. So, like, you know, talking about that old adage that I keep talking about a lot, which is going to be, you know, controlling your outgoing DPS. The 120 volt definitely flies in the face of that. But at the same time, it does so much damage that, like, it can be forgiven, you know. You can at least control how far Isaac is away from his targets most of the time. So it gets a little bit of a pass. As opposed to, like, the finger, which is, like, you know, constant. Go ahead and pass on Mom's eye. This is just not a very good item, in my opinion. We don't really have enough. We don't really have enough money to make the shop worthwhile. I will go into the vault, though. Go, Ghost Pepper doing its thing. Okay, so we have enough at least to make the shop worthwhile now. We know the shop's going to be north here thanks to Splunker's Helm. If there wasn't anything up here, then it would simply just end, but... Oh, wow, look at that. We found the secret room, too. Okay. Actually, no, it can't be the secret room. What am I talking about? Secret room's usually there, though. So... we could... Theoretically, we could take Mom's purse. Hold two trinkets. It does spawn a random trinket. But I kind of like the idea of buying the eraser early on here. It's not a really high priority target that we just removed, but you know, you never know. Now, as far as holding on to the eraser, I don't know. Not 100% sure if we're going to do that or not. Because, again, Bob's Rotten Head does give us a lot of flexibility and a lot of damage, which we don't really have a lot of right now. What was the charge on that? Okay, we have a full charge here. I don't know. I'm not sure if buying the eraser there was the best move. If we had erased a higher priority target, then maybe, but we can still go back and get it. Let's see what kind of boss item we get. Obviously, we're gonna get an Angel Deal because we've already been in there, so we know exactly what's gonna be out of there. There's the wafer. There's a tinted rock up there. Okay, that was not the polycephalus I was aiming for, but you know what? Shouldn't have been there. You get a much needed tears up here with blue cap. Yeah, we can go take the eraser. I think that the eraser might give us a little bit more of an edge. Even though we have no bombs right now, it's reasonable to assume that we're going to get more bombs on this run. Maybe we could just buy it right there if we wanted to. Yeah, we'll stick with the eraser. Try to get maybe a bony or like a needle or something like that just to get them out of here. And we're still looking good for boss rush as well, so that's to be expected with us starting with an XL floor. We might as well take perfection, even though we'll probably end up losing it. Okay, so based on Spelunker's Helm, there's directions in either direction except south. The Dark Grubs are annoying, but I wouldn't necessarily say that they're like a must erase target. They're not like spiders or flies, right? Like even flies are a little bit wishy-washy, but spiders for sure need to go. Or trites or anything. So, you know, we've got some options here. Globins are also a pretty big one. Little haunts. So I'm going to take the Soul Heart here. And Parasitoid is excellent. The floor lickers also really aren't. They're not that worth it to erase. We might find something big in the big room here to erase, though. Like Globins wouldn't be too bad to get rid of. I'd still prefer spiders or trites. Let's see, these are what I would consider low priority targets. We don't need to worry about erasing these things. These guts here are also annoying, but they're not as... They're still not great. We'll get rid of the Gish mobs, is fine. I'm fine with that. The Gish Diglets are, you know, they're annoying enough to warrant an erasure. But yeah, that's what's nice about Spelunker's Helm. Obviously, you can tell exactly which direction you need to go. You know exactly where the dead ends are, because it's going to show you two levels of, or two rooms away from you in terms of adjacency of where you can and cannot go. On top of showing you like where the secret room is. Wow, we actually got hit by the spikes. Yeah, it's been a rough week, but you know, being on the mend here, I'm hoping that you know, I've got one more day left of this gunk, and then just be done with it. Like I said, I appreciate all the kind messages and everything. Those targets are a little bit excuse me, a little bit annoying. We actually had a planetarium here. Erasing Zubats is definitely something that I'd be interested in. Alright, no more Zubats. Yellow cornflies are also kind of annoying, but not as annoying as Zubats. Okay, so we can save ourselves a couple keys here by bombing our way into the planetarium and the shop. Get ourselves into God's room. Still plenty of time for boss rush. Venus or Mars. I don't think anyone's going to be surprised about which one I take there. And I'm going to save our last bomb. We have enough keys for this, so it's kind of it's okay. It's a huge strike there from the 120 volt. Chaos. Not really feeling chaos. I think we're just going to go ahead and put some money in our donation machine. Come on. Come on. There we go. All right. So, hey, look at that. We're up to 165 and still, we get some more money. We might be able to put a little bit more in there. We need to get our Fool card, though. We'll hold on to the Dagaz rune just in case we get Curse the Blind or something like that on the next floor. Or if we need an emergency Soul Heart, we'll be able to use it for that as well. There we go. So 120 volt was made for the bomb fight. I mean, if you can stomach it and you can stay close range to Mom without getting hit, then 120 volt is just going to absolutely supercharge your damage. I don't like our movement speed, but I am going to take the damage anyway here from the negative. We get the Hallowed Ground, which is... it's definitely an item. Speaking of the devil, Sharp Straw. I mean... look, if you're going to give me Sharp Straw, I'm going to take it, game. Like, especially in a run where, like, our damage really is not great at all. Oh, we don't have any money. There we go. Demon Judgment. I mean, Logi's Horns plus Ghost Pepper can be okay. Excuse me, I need to blow my nose real quick. Sorry about this. Sorry about that. Loki's Horns plus the Ghost Pepper can be pretty good. Shooting out fire in all directions is nice. And we got it for free, so it's kind of like whatever. I think that taking this amount of HP is good. Again, we could go back and play the donation machine a little bit more, or the arcade a little bit more. But I think I'd rather have the HP. We're going to need the HP. Again, with the lack of movement speed here is a little bit scary to me. Let's save that bomb. So we know that there's nothing to the right here. And definitely compare this Sharp Straw's level of damage to what we had last week at this time, and you'll immediately like see the difference. Like we're not dealing incredible damage here with Sharp Straw, but it's still going to deal damage, obviously. Can't tell if that's an explosive champion. That somehow missed the Tinted Rock. So it looks like from here, we know that that's a dead end to the northwest, because the track would have kept going. So we're gonna right on here. It looks like to the west is the right choice. But even right here in this room, you saw us almost get caught there from the lack of movement speed by the Vis. Oh wow, this is a dead end as well. So maybe to the southwest? Yeah. And the reason why we're doing so much less damage here than we were on last week's episode is because last week we actually had a high amount of base damage, whereas here we do not. We only have 6.63, which is we're dealing 10%. We're dealing 10% of the enemy's HP plus 6 damage, essentially, and that's not super great. So we're hoping that we get a Devil Deal here and just get a raw damage upgrade. It would be nice. Ghost Pepper to take out the Keeper. Almost caught me, game. Almost caught me. Almost caught me slacking there. Okay. Daddy long legs again. We're just gonna lead off with every single fight with the Sharp Straw use. Wow, that was great damage. Fantastic damage by Ghost Pepper. We end up maxing out our tiers. Ambient Conception and Guppy's Eye. Ooh, man. I don't feel comfortable taking both here. There's not enough Devil Deals for us to really get Guppy unless we get lucky in the Dark Chest. But if we get Dark Bum, though, Dark Bum and Lil Chad, all right, fine. I don't feel good about that, though. I'm really concerned about our movement speed. Like, really concerned about our movement speed. My hope is that our DPS can keep us safe, along with the proc rate of Parasitoid and Ghost Pepper. I'm seeing here. Okay, so we can get into the item room, or the item room, first room. The brain fog here. So we can get in there for free, which is good. Come on, don't make this not worth our while here, Curse Room. See, that right there is a bad omen. It's not a good look for Curse Rooms everywhere. A little bit of a risky move there to try to dodge and bob and weave in and out of those shots while dodging Vistas with 0.99 movement speed. Okay, this is basically a free chest, so we got a couple bombs out of it too, so we can get into the secret room, super secret room. And then we get a golden key. I'm not going to bomb those hosts. I don't know if they're hosts or not, but we can safely assume that they probably are. Okay. A little bit concerned about this fight. Again, only because of the lack of movement speed. A little bit of a misplay there. I should have waited for the eye lasers to spawn before using Sharp Straw. It's not like Sharp Straw divides up the damage amongst like all visible enemies. But we could have weakened them a little bit. Okay. No Devil Deal. I probably wouldn't have taken any anyway, and Hush is not doable here. We don't want to fight Hush with this. No. I know. I hate to keep apologizing for being sick and the lack of energy in the commentary here, but you know, those of you who've ever had like chronic sinus infections and stuff, you'll know that they take a lot of energy out of you, man. Like, they really do suck. But I've been combating it with the neti pot. I've been combating it with, you know, with medication and stuff, like over-the-counter stuff. I haven't been taking any. I haven't gone to see the doctor yet. It hasn't gotten like that serious or anything. But if it does get too bad, obviously I will go. Nice free shortcut here to the boss. We could... Is there anything in a super secret room that I would actually want? Not really. Yeah, I guess an Eternal Heart would be fine. What's another Dagaz rune? Okay. Okay. I'm still gonna hold on to the Dagaz rune. We can use the Devil card to go fight Satan anyway.
The devil.
There we go. There goes Fallen. Excuse me. Good damage there. Superb damage there on Stanley. As much as I would love to have the reroll for the chest, I think that honestly making sure that we're guarded against Curse the Blind is even more important. Plus, again, we have it as an emergency soul heart generator in case if we need it. Okay, Backstabber, D-Bizzle. Ooh, man. Mom's Knife is also very tempting. I think we take Backstabber and D-Bizzle for sure. We cannot take Mom's Knife safely right now. I'm hoping that the combination of D-Bizzle and C-Dizzle, hoping that those two collab on a sick track to give us some HP very quickly. There we go. Even though that wasn't C-Dizzle. Remember, we also have Sharp Straw, so it's another possible way to generate some hearts for Dark Bum here. It's blowing my mind. We haven't found a movement speed upgrade yet. Gonna go through the entire run without finding a single movement speed up. Okay, so we know that this is all the wrong. All these are wrong. We know that because the map would have kept on going. So it's either going to be to the north, or I'm guessing it's probably going to be to the west. No, it's not. Wow. Okay. Great north. Excuse me? Okay. I don't even know what to say about that. You're telling me that Polycephalus was just charmed the entire time down there? Like Venus, like perma-charmed him. That was the oddest thing I've seen in a while. I thought the game soft locked for. Anyway, you gotta remember we also have the wafer here, so we could. I mean, technically we could take Mom's Knife and be fine, I think, but I don't think we really need it. We're doing a good job with doing a good job with Backstabber here. Our tears rate's high enough to where there's not really a need. Whoa, okay. Apparently Mega Maw can move off of the wall now. It's a new Repentance update. Yeah, we are going to get the dub here, though, and honestly, I'm real happy with that. You know, we didn't have a whole lot to work with today, but I will say that between the amount of damage that we're dealing with the 120 volt and with Ghost Pepper, it's pretty incredible. And then, you know, Sharp Straw just puts it over the top. Did Lamb charge over his body and just instantly stop? Maybe that's a good way to use the Lamb against himself. So down goes Lamb. I don't think I'm going to do a victory lap here. Again, I'm trying to save my voice for this week, and it's been helping. Like not having the extended runs and limiting myself to not streaming and stuff has really helped out my voice, and I'm trying to get over it. So thank you again, everyone. I really appreciate your patience and understanding with me being sick. For today's question of the episode here, what is your take on the 120 volt? Do you find it good? Do you find it bad? Is it too much of a risk because obviously you can't control your outgoing damage? Post them in the comments down below. I personally really like the item. You do have to be careful with the outgoing damage, but those are kind of niche situations you might find yourself in. And thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Have a great start to your Thursday, everyone. And as always, I'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Like thanks to patrons of mine like Baked Beans 007, Wyatt Sipes, and Flashback 007. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Sinvicta.